Please welcome Chuck Carney.
Thanks, Ben. I'll do a little bit of a background on how the heck we went from Namibia to Geelong, and in sign making as well, going from mining to sign making. A little bit about Signarama, the franchise, and then my ideal referral. So bear with me with a few of the sort of happy snaps in there, but I'll just run through a little story with how we got here. So we lived in a place near Windhoek in Namibia up until just over a year and a half ago, which is 12 or 13,000 kilometres from Melbourne. We lived on the edge of a game park in one of the little mining operations we had. This is me with long hair, traditional dress day. My office was over in the background there, usually with baboons on the roof. Some mining equipment, just general photos. This is another mine, the Matchless Mine, which is out in the middle of farmland with cows, but also zebra and other things on it. So it's quite a remote location. This is the family on one of our many safaris, but that's just some of the scenery that Namibia has. It's an amazing place, go there if you can. Another mine that we were just starting up was the Spotty Tiger Decline. A little bit of a play on leopards there. So, this is the Ochahasi mine. This is one of our other mines. This mine's been going for about 30 years. It's about 500 workforce there, about 1 kilometre below the ground. This is Lee dressed up, and I couldn't find any photos of myself, believe it or not. So Lee going underground probably for the first and last time in Africa. One of the many game lodges there, which we loved, where you could go and just grab a rhino horn or play with the wildlife, which you probably can't do in Australia. So this is the Etosha Salt Pan, another amazing game park. But so some of my family on safari. But so how did we go from there to Australia? I guess that's the question. This person here, who just happens to be doing what he's doing there, he got sick while we were over there. He just had this blood condition. They couldn't work it out, and eventually some amazing doctors worked out that he was developing aplastic anemia. And they said he needed a bone marrow transplant straight away. And they actually just said, go to the Royal Children's in Melbourne, Australia. And lucky we lived in Victoria and we knew where that was. So a week later, Leanne and Flynn were on a plane after they topped him up with platelets. And then the week after that, I quit my job, pushed everything into a container and brought the other boys over. So he spent quite a long time last year in the Royal Children's. And this is Mr. Nicey, his pole, which had all these drugs on it, but he actually became very affectionate towards it, which is a little bit weird. This is Transplant Day, May 14 last year, with Clarice, the lovely nurse behind, when he got his amazing gift from someone from Europe. So that happened last year. This is when he dressed up as Thor, and this is his new hair. So after he got his hair back, it went dark and curly from blonde. So a few transformations there. And this was the day he left with some of the doctors and nurses there when he left the pod, they called it, and Lee spent about months there with him in isolation. So thanks to the Royal Children's for what they did last year. They're amazing. So when you donate, when they have that big drive, please donate to their amazing hospital. So why did we pick Signarama? So out of all the things we could have done, Signarama is a family-owned business based in Florida. We were looking to buy a good business we could make better, and the previous member here, Matthew, had built it up to a good business. So we wanted to grab that, run with it, and make it a better business. So that's how we picked it. And the training in Florida is pretty cool. So this was some of our team over in Florida, and they have state-of-the-art facilities over there where they've just built a whole Signarama shop, virtually a whole embroidered me shop, all the other franchises that they have so that you can do the training. I went out and about to try and research signs while I was over there. So this is a neon sign at a redneck bar, which we found out after we got in there. So that was a neon sign. Leanne made a canvas sign. At first, very proud of that sign. Core flute, found a core flute sign and a beer. And I found World of Beer, which is an illuminated acrylic sign. So that was mainly a research, and vehicle wraps. We're doing a little bit of that as well. So brief history of Signarama. This was actually a sign that we drove past all the time in Natosha, and we never thought it was funny until I found it on the net, but we drove past it every day, didn't take any notice, because lions do eat people there, and they just have that sign. But there is a toilet there that if you want to go and get out and go to it, you can have a crack. Have a go. So, Signarama are part of the United Franchise Group. They've got Embroidered Me and a number of other franchises in that group. Signarama was the oldest one there. It opened in 1986 by Ray Titus. It's the world's largest sign franchise. They've got about 1,000 throughout the world, with just over 100 in Australia. It's the biggest market outside the US. And it's also got the highest number of $1 million plus stores in the world. This is our shop over on Shannon Avenue with the Cats logo. Before we put the Doggies logo on it, and then someone stoned the windows. So I don't know who that was, but anyway, they obviously weren't dog supporters. This is the team at the moment. We've got Ruben up on here doing a bit of get your shoes off, get up on top of the sign work, whatever the technique that is, and Aaron, who's our sales consultant, and we've also now got a graphic designer part-time, Tim, that's just started as well, and Leanne does all our accounts. So, bread and butter or core flute. All of these pictures are all from recent work that we've done. So, they're pull-up banners, obviously, A-frames, flags, banners, this sort of thing. ACP signs, so we just started rebranding with the Geelong Chamber. Window graphics, Australian Unity graphics up in Ballarat. Vehicle graphics, so this is a plug for Matthew's vehicle, we just did that the other day. That was pretty cool. Light boxes. So our cream or ACP, which is aluminium composite panel. Store rebranding, business makeovers. So recently we did the soft franchise where we did 2 stores. We did the light box up there, the work platform, plus this is actually a painted decal on the side of the building, aluminium composite, etc, etc. So they're good jobs. It's not a full vehicle wrap, Ben. That's right, 3 minutes. It's not a full vehicle wrap, it's close enough, so I give Ben a plug. This was Ridley. We did this job for Ridley out at their mill, which was several hundred signs the other day. So they're good jobs. Marketing companies like Cakes, they're the ones we want to build relationships with. Pylon signs, so we did Discovery Park the other day, that whole sign with the light box on the top. That was a fairly big job because this sign had been hit before by cars, I think, a number of times, so everything was all uneven, but it looks pretty good now. So our dream or neon jobs is a franchise relationship. As I mentioned earlier, this is Hire a Hubby now. Another Signarama have that franchise. So we do a lot of installs for them, but we don't do all the printing, and that's where you make your money on the job. So we've done quite a few of these Hire a Hubby ones, and that's a New South Wales Signarama that have that contract. But how do you get your foot in the door? So I think that was what I was mentioning before with a marketing company, a company that's about to start into the franchise world. That would be a good opening to build a relationship early on and say, we'll look after you and we'll get that going, so that you could start off with Hire a Hubby when they got 1. Then when they've got 30, 40, 50 all over Australia, that is a dream job for us. Built relationships with large companies. We do a number of signs for Australian Unity, which is a large company, and we are now doing signs in Melbourne for them as well. So that's another good relationship where we can build something with a big company and grow from there. Geelong Council, I think we've done 2 core flute signs for them so far, so we want to grow that and try and break into the council a bit more and build that relationship. And Geelong Cats relationship. So where Leanne wants to build that one, but again, that would be a good relationship to build. So, that's about it. Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening.